Are we live? Legends, are we live? Wait, are we live? Is the feed coming through? Just give me a second, Legends. Let me just see if the feed's coming through. Yes, the feed is coming through. What is Dewald up to over here, Legends? A little surprise over here, okay? A little surprise over here. I mean, I like to preach and say I like to smell the roses along the way. So just give me a moment over here, Legends. Let me just put this down. Right. Let me put this over here. Okay, you might not be able to hear me, but you will get the picture, Legends. You'll get the picture. Right. Okay, I will explain everything after the fact, right? Right, let's hope that I don't burn myself down over here, Legends, or melt my studio, or burn my studio down. Woo, woo, there we go.
Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
Yeah, the narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump
Hello.
Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show. Yes, you should rather watch the show. Welcome, Legends. What is up? And what was all this commotion about, right? Yes, you saw right. You saw correct. You saw a steak with candles inside of it. That is what you saw, a steak. And not just any steak, okay? A very, very, very expensive steak. It is a Wagyu. I don't know what the rating is, but it's a Wagyu steak, right? And for those of you that are familiar with Wagyu steaks, that is what I'm going to celebrate here after the live stream. So after we're done with the beautiful technical analysis, and there's a high chance to get a bounce over here, and this is the level that needs to hold, Legends, by the way. Right, this is the level that needs to hold. As soon as we tap the red box over here, we're most likely going down, and we're going to come and claim the low. So this 50% Fibonacci level has to hold for the bulls to stay in control. Where we are right now has to hold. It doesn't look good. Okay, we have more red volume to the downside than green volume to the upside. So not looking too sexy here for the bulls, Legends. I must be honest, not looking too sexy. So is this it as per the thumbnail? I'm not convinced just as yet, and I will show you why I'm not convinced. There's a high chance that we still fall to the downside. But, okay, for the bulls, as long as you don't tap this red box that I have over here, as long as you don't tap this red box, we're going to tap it, Are we going to tap it, or are we forming multiple 1-2s here to the upside? I just don't want that box to be tapped, because Legends, look at where we got the rejection. Look at where I shorted. 1.618. We tapped it to perfection, because this was either going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this was going to be an ABC. Done. And now we're going to start correcting back to the downside and claim the lows once again. So it's just not looking good for the bulls here at the moment, especially if, okay, we should just not tap the 0.618. All right, I was hoping for momentum to continue. I was looking at the alts that are breaking out over here. TIA, I was looking at AR, I was looking at 𝗬liche. I mean, they still have a chance because there is still, okay, I want to talk about that as well. There is still a chance. Well, what if this is forming 1 2 1 2 1 2 and it just rock and rolls here to the upside? I don't want to see any high time frame candle closes below the trend over here. Okay. So let's quickly zoom out, legends, because the price action is playing out quite quickly over here. And what you can see is that when on the 1 hour time frame, when I take a trend from this pivot and this pivot, we have broken out with quite some nice green volume. But now we're trading below the trend, and that's usually not a good sign. It's usually not a good sign. We should leave wicks behind and not close any body candle. I mean, that 1.618 short here to the downside was epic. It was an epic short that I entered on weeks. Link down in the description for the month of Feb. We still in Feb? Yeah, for the month of Feb, 0% maker fee and 50% discount on your taker fee, right? It basically means very, very, very cheap trading fees. Legends, it looks like we tapped a 0.618 over there, which for now increases the probabilities that the bulls might lose control. But then I'm still looking at this level. It is quite strange while price is falling here to the downside. And I can go and explain all the scenarios here that I explained this morning in our Legends Pro community. We discussed the scenarios. I discussed the breakout over here. I told the Legends I want to catch the breakout before the breakout. And then I entered a small position over there. I rode it all the way here to the upside. I saw the bullishness above the point of control. I was like, okay, maybe we go higher. But I had this 1.618 level over here. And I was like, okay, I am in a long position. Let me just put in a small little short there as well. I know that this 1.618 level is absolutely magical. And for those of you that's been following me for a while, you know how powerful that 1.618 level is, and that is exactly where we got the rejection, to the dollar. Okay, so I'm going to just keep my hedge short in here, and I've already taken some profits, quite a significant amount of profits on my long here to the upside, because that's what I do. I pay myself. I don't care whether the world is becoming bullish, whether everyone says we are breaking to the upside. Okay, the bulls are in control. The bulls are not in control. Okay, I mean, it's just not looking great here, Legends. I mean, anything can still happen, but what I was looking at over here is, let me just drag this fib ever so slightly, so close, okay, is if this is a 1 2 3 with the highest amount of volume in your third wave, perfectly normal. 3, you want to see a 4 5 to the upside to go and tap your 2 extension. Then when you take your Fibonacci from number 2 to the highs that we've made here by the 1.618, you do not want the fourth wave to lose the 50% fib level. That's the maximum target for a fourth wave. And now we tap the 0.618, which increases the probabilities that this is not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is most likely an A, B, C, and now we are going back down. Should I say that in a lower voice? Now we are going back down, Legends. Okay, not a pretty scenario over here, but regardless, okay, 2 successful trades in the bag, because these were the trading setups that I discussed this morning with our Legends Pro community. I said, Legends, watch out for the breakout. Okay. If you played the breakout, okay, it was in preparation for this breakout, because I said, if you're playing this breakout, that is definitely a profit-taking area, because you could reject here by the bigger trend. And then we broke out, so I left my position. I didn't cash out, I left my position. And then when we broke out above the naked point of control, I left my position. But when we tapped the 1.618 over here, I was like, okay, I'm out, I'm shorting. What a tight stop loss. I mean, I risked peanuts. My stop loss, I could have 400x that position and still only lose 0.05% of my capital. That's how tight the stop loss was. And now we've just falling here to the downside. Right, legends. I hope you guys didn't FOMO into the long over here, because, you know, that's what the market makers do. That is what the market makers do. The one thing that I want to point out, legends, you know, and I am on the 15-minute time frame over here. If price by some miracle can recover and it leaves a wick behind and it starts trading above the trend again, I'm going to say, okay, then hang on. Maybe it's not an ABC. Maybe it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's going to explode here to the upside. But it needs to get acceptance back above the trend. At the moment, it's trading below the trend. In 7 minutes from now, if this 15-minute candle closes below the trend, it ain't going to look good for the bulls. Okay, and then as per the thumbnail, is this it? This is it? I'm not convinced. I am not convinced. Legends, if we fell back down, and this is what I was waiting for, if we fell back down and we found support here between the 382 and the 50% Fibonacci, I would have said, okay, now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, guess what, ABC, you bounce on the trend, and then you see blast off here to the upside. That is the structure that would have made me incredibly bullish. And guess what? I would have been here, okay, like a bull buying up this dip. But because this is a three-wave structure, okay, the bulls need to step in and they need to get price to start trading above this level. Right, so legends, smash up that like button. I hope you guys enjoyed the intro where I burned my chin and my shirt with the sparkling going off over there. And right, it is a Wagyu steak. I am not a sweet person. I don't like sugar. I'm not a big cake person. Oh, my trading view just disappeared. Okay, but while my trading view decides what it wants to do over here, my wife asked me yesterday, what would you like to celebrate the 5,000 subscribers that you've hit here on your YouTube channel? And I told her, I really like steak. I really, really, really like steak. And if you really, really, really want to spoil me, you get me a high quality steak. So she went out today and got me a Wagyu steak. So really surprised me. I just thought I was going to get like a premium steak or something like that. And then she got me the Wagyu steak and I thought, okay, let me put in the candles, put in a sparkler, and let's celebrate together the 5,000 subscribers here on this channel. So thank you so much for all of your support. After the live stream, I am going to light the fire, put some charcoal, put some smoky wood in my Weber braai, and I am going to cook that steak to perfection and have a blast while I'm eating it all by myself. Right. Keep going, man. Purely educational. Thank you so much. Let me say hi to the beautiful community. I don't know what happened to my charts. Everything is gone. Oh, there we go. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back, TradingView. Okay. Right, legends, if we can start closing, if we can leave a week here behind, if we can leave a week behind and start trading back above this level, okay, let's look at CVD. Yes, we do have bullish CVD. It has a chance. We do have bullish CVD against these two pivots. The bulls just really need to start stepping in now. There is bullish CVD building up. Okay, let me show you. Okay, Dewald, you always say there's bullish CVD. You always say there's bearish CVD. Show us, show us. Okay, so against this pivot and against this pivot. On blue, you have lower low on CVD. On white, you have lower low on CVD. On yellow, you have lower low on CVD. The target is the high. Okay, so if the bulls can buy up this price action very aggressively, we have a chance to come and claim the highs again, and this can turn out to be a whatever this is, you know, a 1 2 1 2, and then we continue 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then we continue. Okay, it's building up multiple 1 2s, and what that usually means is it's building up momentum for a massive move to the upside. But when you have a clean breakout like this to the upside, the market makers, you know, because what do people do when they see a breakout like this? What do people do? They long aggressively, some people with 200 400x leverage. Okay, and then you hit a critical moment or a point, and the market maker says, okay, too many people are longing. Perhaps they still want to send it higher, but they're like, no, let's first go and wipe them out. Okay, let's go wipe them out and then send it. Okay, so that's why I do not FOMO into trades. I do not FOMO into trades. I have closed my long position. Okay, for some reason my brush, okay guys, TradingView is really not playing ball. My brush is not working. Okay, I've had issues yesterday with TradingView as well, and I know, okay, there it disappears again. I know for a fact it is not my internet, it is not my browser, because I have read feedback on ChatGPT and on Google and on Safari, wherever you get your news from, that TradingView is experiencing some technical issues. And I see even some people, some YouTube influencers are struggling with TradingView at the moment. I'm not sure if you guys are having the same issues. So if TradingView packs up here and it stops working, right, we might just want to call it a day, because, you know, or we just talk, right? Or we just talk. Dewald, the charts are celebrating. Pulled a few orders at the precise time. Absolutely amazing. Simon Jones, welcome to the live stream. You are saying there's a chance. I am saying that there's a chance, okay? It's not guaranteed that this is an ABC. It does look like it's an ABC, and we have tapped the invalidation for a fourth wave. We are getting the bounce, and we do have bullish CVD against these two pivots. We do have bullish CVD. So for me to give the bulls a chance, which is actually a more bullish structure, okay, 1 2 1 2, and you have an explosive third wave to the upside, where you take your fib from the low, your trend base fib from the low to the high to the low, and then that 1.61. I mean, we're gonna most probably pump here, right? I think, you know, there's a good chance that we can even hit $104,000 over here. I want to see if I have any daily levels. Nope. Weekly levels. Nope. Okay. There's a good chance. Okay. There is levels, but TradingView is not working. It's not playing ball, legends. TradingView is just not playing ball. So very frustrating with TradingView here at the moment. So it has a chance, and for now, there's 14 seconds, 13 seconds, 12 seconds left of this 15-minute candle. So, like I said, if price can still maintain the trend over here, it's done a liquidity sweep, the bulls still have a chance for upwards. Maybe it does this. You can have a trend and you can play the breakout. As simple as that. Maybe it chops sideways against the trend over here. It forms that bullish pennant, and then it breaks out here to the upside. It has a chance, right, legends? Cool, legends, I just want to try something here because this is very frustrating. Okay, I'm drawing and nothing is happening. Let's go to settings. Let's go to servers. Let's clear the cache. Let's relaunch TradingView over here. Let's see if that maybe does some magic. Okay, let's see. I don't understand how we can pump and then dump again. Can't we catch a break? Right, legends, while I wait for that to load up, TradingView is just not playing ball here, right? I'm going to try and close some tabs once this loads up, but let me go through some comments. It's like the market desperately doesn't want BTC to pump. Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I mean, it's also, people get very excited when they see green candles, okay? People over leverage positions. People go too aggressive and too crazy, and often what market makers do is that if they plan to send it higher, They will do liquidity sweeps along the way to wipe out the high leverage players. That is why it's always a good idea to not go in with high leverage positions, especially if you don't have tight stop losses. Okay, and especially if you don't have areas of confluence. Okay, legends, let's see. I'm going to close a couple of tabs here, maybe save and close. Let's close 𝗬liche, save and close. Let's close AR over here. Maybe if I have fewer tabs running over here, maybe, you know, maybe we get some magic action where we can, okay, there we go. Right, let's see if it now works. Right, I just want to take this FIB here out the way. Okay, so legends, the only scenario that will work for the bulls at the moment is a 112 or a 1112. However you want to look at the structure, it has to be a 112 or a 1112. There's no other ways to look at it. No other ways to look at it, okay? Because if this is an ABC, you're most probably going to make a lower high and fall back down. Okay, because if this is an ABC, guess what comes after an ABC? You're either going to get a 5-way structure to the downside, or you're going to get another ABC to the downside to come and claim the low. Right, so it really is 50-50%. It really is 50-50 here at the moment. And I can tell you guys now what I would have preferred to see is for Bitcoin not to tap the red box over here. Which is potentially even a good thing, because now that we have tapped the red box, the only option that is available to the bulls is potentially that 1-2, 1-2, and now we rock and roll in a more bullish wave to the upside. Okay, because 112s, 112s, you know, combos have more bullish momentum to the upside than a normal impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if the bulls can maintain this level over here, it could potentially be more bullish, okay, than we are expecting. But I just want to point out the bearish case scenario as well. A, B, C. We have tapped an extended C wave target to perfection. It just has to be said, we have tapped a C wave target in an A, B, C. I've measured it out. There we go. I'm currently in a short. I've already taken a little bit of profits here on the way down, which reminds me I need to manage my trade. Right, there we go. Cool. Need to take some more profits, because that's what we do, legends. That's what we do. We take more profits. Right. Cool, legends. Now, okay, I wanted to open up those altcoins just to see what the alt, because sometimes the alts give you a couple of clues as well. Now that we have rejected there by the 1.618, okay, these were, okay, let me quickly just wrap up this summary over here, okay, because I have spoken about this multiple times. Legends, if we claim the low, I will still be interested in longs, because maybe this is a fake out, it comes back down, and then it breaks to the upside. Okay, because if this is a W, a X, and this is the Y wave, the Y wave can create a flat up, down, and then it breaks to the upside in a Y wave, which is basically a flat. And what does a flat mean? A flat means it grabs the liquidity above the high, it grabs the liquidity below the low, and then the market makers send it. So if we do come to this level, that is where I will still be looking for longs to the downside. Okay, because this corrective structure, there's a chance that it's not finished just as yet. Where this was now a flat to the upside, it's going to create a flat to the downside, and then it's going to have the true breakout to the upside, where this was the first fake out, and then you get the true breakout. So I'm just keeping an eye on this scenario as well. So I have to talk about both the bullish and the bearish case scenarios. Okay, that is just what I do as a technical trader. I have to have a trading plan to the upside and to the downside. Right, so but the one thing I do need to point out, legends, if I go here onto the 1 hour time frame and we look at this structure, okay, and I take a time fib from the low to the high over here, okay, this corrective structure has taken very long to complete over here. okay, between the 3 and the 4. So to create another flat over here is going to take more time, okay? It's not something that you really want to see. You don't want to see a corrective structure, especially going after the 4 extension over here. Time is never in invalidation, but it does significantly impact probabilities, okay? So for the bulls, you want this to be the low. And what a frustrating low, because this low didn't tap any of the levels that I was interested in to play along to the upside. Okay, we did get a swing failure from the low over there, and I did see some of the pro members inside of our Legends Pro community. They successfully entered, okay, the long over here, so they are well on their way here to the way on the way up, most probably paying themselves. And then this morning, this was the situation that I discussed. Okay, if I remember correctly, Mr. Pro members, oh, Mr. Junior, where did you get that spanner from? Mr. Junior, where did you get that spanner from? What happened? Legends community, day trading setup, insights. Yes, Mr. Junior, what I did yesterday is I can see the value that you are adding. I can see the comments that you are posting. You add tremendous value inside of our Legends Pro community as well. Always supporting myself and Andy. And I just thought last night after the live stream, I'm going to give you a spanner. Let's see what you can do with that spanner over here. So congratulations, you now have a spanner. Right. Cool, we bounced off the weekly open. Yes, I mean, we are currently finding support here at the moment, but Legends, I just need to point out both bearish and bullish case scenarios. If this, okay, if we do find weakness over here and we fall back down, I will still be interested in longs. We still have a naked point of control. We still have the 0.618 over here. Let me see if the daily levels now work. Okay, there we go. The daily levels, the weekly levels, everything is working perfectly fine now. Okay, so I still like this pivot for potential SFP together with the 786 and the 618. So this is the zone where I will be looking for a long, as long as we do not tap the 0.88. There's a chance that we can still come and claim this high. So I still just need to point out this zone, although the probabilities, okay, to come back down again from a timing perspective, it doesn't look great. Okay, you want the bulls to hold this level and start going up. Like, you really need the bulls to start stepping in now, because this low from a timing perspective is already overextended. So this needs to be the low. Okay, right. Cool, Legends, now we know. Now I can take this fib level out the way, clean up the chart ever so slightly over here. I want to look at that daily level. If I take a fib, I just want to see if that daily level aligns with some of my levels over here. Okay, 786, it's like smack bang in the middle between the 786, 88. You know, if Bitcoin finds strength here to the upside for some reason, if it finds strength here to the upside, okay, that could be a scalp trade. Because if Bitcoin is going to claim this high again, it invalidates an ABC. It invalidates an ABC, and is most probably a more bullish structure if it manages to claim this high. So if we have a swing failure from this high, I will treat it as a scalp short. You need to be sniper. You need to have great risk management. And if you are shorting an uptrend, you need to know what you are doing. Okay, because guess what? It could come back down and bounce back up. Okay, so you want to take advantage of the corrective structure, get out as quickly as possible, take your profits, because it can shoot back up. Okay, right, cool. I just want to open up another tab over here, Legends. Let's see if TradingView still plays ball. Okay, I wanted to have a look at, I saw my alarm for TR went off this morning. Okay, and you know, these are potentially great longing opportunities. Okay, I know that I have discussed the bearish case scenario, and it really is 50-50 at the moment, Legends. It really is 50-50. What I'm going to tell you guys now, I do not like that we retraced so deep and touched the red box. I don't like it. I do like that we have nice bullish CVD building up against those two little pivots. Okay, It is great that we have bullish CVD. It is fantastic that we left a week behind on the 15-minute time frame. So throwing Elliott wave theory out the window for a second over here. Okay, if you know nothing about Elliott wave theory, and I remember the days when I used to trade trend lines. That was my main source of income, trend lines. Okay, I would have stayed in my long position if I didn't know anything about Elliott wave theory, because I see, from a price action perspective, I see strength. Okay, disregarding Elliott wave theory, I see strength from a price action perspective. I know we have tapped the 0.618. I know it from an Elliott wave perspective, but the price is and CVD is showing me strength at the moment. This actually looks, okay, like a breakout, a retest for continuation. That's what it looks like from a price action perspective. If I look at some of the altcoins here, they've also started breaking out and they're doing retests at the moment. Look at TIA over here. There was another one, AR. Look at AR over here. Beautiful. Okay, it's breaking trends here on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, they are breaking trends and they're coming back for retests. And as long as they trade above the trends, there's a high chance that they are going to come and claim these highs. So far, the altcoins are also showing bullishness. Let me call it that, bullishness. Okay, the altcoins are showing bullishness. 𝗬cie𝗂𝗿 is breaking out. Okay, Bitcoin looks bearish because it tapped the 0.618, but now at least we have bullish CVD, and there's the chance 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here to the upside. You just smash through these levels, but I mean nothing moves up in a straight line. As you can see, you form waves to the upside. So you know, you get a rejection, you go up, you get a rejection, you go up, whatever the case might be. You know, you have that flowy momentum to the upside, waves. Nothing goes up in a straight line, and you don't actually want it to go up too quickly, because whatever goes up too quickly comes down very, very hard as well. Right, so legends, I would say the bulls have a chance. And if you are attempting a long, okay, from a breakout perspective, and you are buying the retest, your stop loss needs to be below the low. Okay, for the bulls, that low needs to be protected. For the bears, you want this low to be claimed, and then you look at the lower levels that we've just discussed here from a technical perspective. Okay, S&P 500 bleeding. Okay, so I mean, let's see how Bitcoin absorbs the bleediness from the stock markets. So legends, also what I discussed this morning is I told the Legends Pro community that this price action, this little structure, I think we were trading over here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. And I told the Legends, the Pro community, I feel a little bit confused with this structure. I don't know how to make sense of it from an Elliott wave perspective. Okay, I don't know how to make sense of it. The one thing that I do know is that there's a really great saying in trading that says that if the structure looks confusing, don't zoom in. Don't go onto the 1 minute time frame, the 3 minute time frame, the 1 second. Zoom out. Okay. Always when the chart looks confusing, you need to zoom out to look at the structure, get the bigger picture of what's going on. So I was trying to mess around here on the 1 minute time frame, and I just gave up and I said, Legends, stuff the Elliott wave theory. Okay, here's the trend. Let's apply our trading strategy. If Bitcoin continues momentum here to the upside and it breaks out, I will be entering along. I'm not going to wait for this trend to break out, because I want an entry over here so that when we get here, I can have a free trade. I put my stop loss above or at my entry. Okay. And I want to see the breakout and not worry about having to enter the breakout or play the retest and bite my nails. Where do I put my stop loss? Now, for the legends that paid attention in class this morning, if you have an entry over here where you played this breakout, even with a dump here to the downside, your position is still protected. Even if you didn't take profits to the upside, you still have a chance for upwards momentum. Okay, so that was the trading scenario that I discussed here, this morning in the Legends Pro community. And then I say also watch for this breakout. Okay. Right, so, and the rest is history. And quite interestingly, now that the structure has finished forming and I had some time to actually look at the structure, how it formed, okay, look at this, okay. I don't care how you count the structure, but that looks like the end. That's the highest point of the structure. This is the lowest point of the structure. However you want to count the waves inside here, which looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, over there. It could also be a contracting diagonal, and then you had that A, B, C here to the downside. I think what I found interesting is I need to play the drum roll. I need to play the drum roll. When I looked at the corrective structure to the downside, I mean, look at this. 1.618 to perfection, where we got the bounce. To perfection. Okay, you have an impulse and you have a correction that tapped the 1.618 to perfection, and then it just rocketed here to the upside. I was actually looking at this price action over here and I was considering entering along. And then sometimes your technical analysis fails you because I was stuffing around on the smaller time frames and not zooming out. Because if I had to zoom out and just do a normal fib pool and I saw, if I had to see this and this, I would have been like, okay, well, it's you know, the risk management is absolutely fantastic. You literally just put your stop below the low and you are speculating on a breakout over here. Okay, this is such a great entry instead of entering over there, which I did. Okay, look at the beautiful retest, by the way. You break out, you retest the trend, and boom, to the upside. Okay. So I like to just educate a little bit over here as legends, but I mean, basically you have an impulse, you have a corrective structure, and then you have another impulse back to the upside. Both the correction tapped the 1.618. The impulse, guess what? Tapped the 1.618. Just want to make sure that I put it. There's the impulse. Okay, that was part of the corrective structure. So there's your impulse. So this impulse, 1.618. Correction, 1.618. Can you guys see how powerful the 1.618 level is? Right. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗶𝗽. Buddy, I actually saw one of your comments inside of one of the live streams. Buddy, I used your fib strategy where the price moves from 0.88 to the 0.618 minimum yesterday night and long and hit the stop loss. What's the success rate of it? And okay, well, you know, there's a couple of rules in terms of how you need to trade that. It doesn't always play out, but the risk management is fantastic. So if you're wrong, okay, it's quite normal to get stopped out by a stop loss. So look at what happened over here. Okay, there was another reason I didn't enter this long, because I was stuffing around here on the 5-minute, 1-minute time frame. And you might be asking, well, Dewald, why didn't you enter that long? Okay, it was because of this. Let me take the scribble out. Let me go on to the 1-minute time frame where I stuffed around this morning. Okay, I don't like the 1-minute time frame. This is why I don't like it. I looked at this structure. I took a fib from the low to the high, and guess what? We tapped the 0.88. And when I saw this, I was like, well, now you're increasing the probabilities of taking the low. But there was insane bullish CVD against those two pivots. And there was also insane bullish CVD, you know, from these pivots against these pivots. So there was massive bullish CVD, of which the target was the high. Okay, so in hindsight, I like to go back into trading scenarios and see, well, how could I have traded it better if I didn't enter a trade? But nonetheless, I still got into the trade at a later stage when we broke the trend. Okay, I still got into the trade because I know the market gives you another opportunity to get in, right? But when I saw this, I was like, okay, we're going down, and I wanted to enter there. I wanted price to sweep the low and come back up, and I wanted to enter there with my stop below the low, and as price moves in my favor, I wanted to protect my position, and then I could have made more profits to the upside. And guess what? I didn't get it. Didn't get it. So 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗶𝗶, okay, the 0.88 is a game of probabilities, and they should be traded with great risk management. Okay, if you have been stopped out because you played a scenario over here and price did this, okay, you knew, okay, from the 0.88 probability perspective, the probabilities is high to take the low. And there's two ways in which they play out, okay? The first way is that it bounces on the 0.88, it consolidates, and it falls. That happens often. And this is why when you play the 0.88, you have to have a stop loss. And when I get stopped out and I see this, I re-enter because I'm a persistent trader. But I have to see this. I have to see price recovering back above the low. I don't just add to my position. Okay? So often what also happens, it doesn't happen every single time. Okay? Often what also happens is you tap the 0.88, you come back to the 618, and then you take the low. It's not that it's guaranteed to always happen, okay? It's just from a probability perspective. Regardless of how price plays out here, when you tap the 0.88, more like 7 out of 10 times you take the low. But there's also that 3 out of 10 times where it finds support and it shoots back to the upside. Okay, so in this scenario, the 0.88 actually held its ground and it shot back to the upside. Okay, the rest is history. Look at where we are now, currently pumping back upside. Okay, so that was most probably just a liquidity hunt. It's never guaranteed, okay? It's just never guaranteed. The trick is to get into a trade with great risk management. The trick is to know where to take profits. So if you played this 0.88 tap over here and you took profits here by the 0.618, okay, maybe you left 10% of the position open, you would be in nice profits at the moment, because remember, in Elliott wave theory, it states clearly, okay, that if you have a 1, 2, the wave 2 can retrace up to 99% of this wave. As long as it does not claim the low, it is still a valid 2. All that the 0.88 does, okay, is a game of probabilities, is to say that 8 out of 10 times or 7 out of 10 times when you hit the 0.88, it is most likely not a 2. It is a B or a X, a corrective structure back to the upside, and you're going to come and take the low. So I am trading a game of probabilities, and often what people see is, you know, and this is often the mistake that traders make, is that they hear about a probability that has a 70% hit rate, about the 0.88. Let's just use the strategy as an example. It doesn't play out, and then they think the strategy doesn't work. But then 7 more opportunities present itself, and every time it plays out. You have most probably just gotten into the one where it didn't play out. Okay, and that is where the persistence comes in. That is where have you back tested the 0.88? Have you rewinded the price action and looked from a fib extension perspective? What happens if you rewind the price action 3 months ago and you play, you use your rewind button over here? Go and back test it and see what happens every time when you hit the 0.88, what happens. And if your data tells you that 70% or 80% of the time when you hit the 0.88, you take the damn low, okay, then you know, okay, well, probabilities are on your side that in future, when you take a trade, right, you need to trade probabilities. But you also know that you have to apply good risk management, because you could have one where the probability does not play out, because nothing is perfect in trading. Right, I hope I've answered your question, okay? And I am not screaming and shouting and dissing anyone over here. I just get really passionate, okay? I just get really passionate when I speak about trading strategies and back testing it, because, okay, if you are saying that you took for the first, you know, and this is something that often frustrates me about new traders, is that if you telling me that you played 0.88 probability and it didn't play out, and now you think the strategy doesn't work, I'm going to ask you, have you back tested it? Because I have the data. Do you? Okay, that's just my question. That's my answer. Well, that's my question. Okay. Do you have the data to prove to me that the 0.88 probability does not play out? If you've backtested the price action and you sent me an Excel spreadsheet and said, Dewald, I backtested 500 0.88 taps and 499 of them did not take the low, I'm going to say, okay, fuck, Houston, we have a problem. I maybe backtested it incorrectly. Okay, but if I have an Excel spreadsheet where the 0.88 more often, 70%, 75% of the cases takes the low, right? That is the data that I'm going to trade. Maybe you were just unlucky with the one that you've taken. Okay. Oh, what? Where's my CVD? I want to see CVD. Okay, it's still... I don't like this. I don't like the lower high. I wanted it to go and claim this high over here. Oh, legends. We do have some bullish CVD against the price falling here at the moment, and against this pivot, we do have some bullish CVD on blue, but it's not a double or triple confirmation. I only see it on blue over here. Okay, between these two pivots, there's bullish CVD on blue, on the blue line. Nothing on yellow, nothing on white. So, okay, again, if you want a bullish bounce, now go back to that probability. If you want a bullish bounce over here, you take a fib from the low to the high, and you want, guess what, the 786 to hold. Because once you tap the 0.88, you increase probabilities that you're going to come take the low, and this is most likely going to be the end over here, and we are going down. Not good. Okay. Right, so legends, I have discussed the bullish and the bearish case scenario, okay? And I must be honest, I do not like, okay, and I have said it when I opened up the live stream over here. If you want to count this, okay, let me do this properly. If you want to count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, this is the corrective structure. Sorry, this could... Let me rather do this. It actually looks like an A, B, C. The reason for me it looks like an ABC is because when you take a fib from the low to the high that we've made, okay, let me get it in there perfectly. It's that little low over there. We have tapped the 0.618. So there's still a chance that this is an ABC and it's going to fall. Okay, it just has to be said. It does look like it wants to find strength. You do have a wick over here that got bought up very aggressively. On the 15-minute time frame, what's concerning to me on the 15-minute time frame is that the selling pressure is higher than the buying pressure. Okay. So for the bulls, okay, for the bulls, what you would like to see is for price to chop, 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 and build a trend, okay? Build a nice little trend and break out. For the bears, we're most likely going down. And then I will be aiming for an SFB below this low. Okay, that's my trading plan. So, you know, and that's what trading is about. It's about having a plan. It's about entering with good risk management, and it's about paying yourself on the way up. Taking your profits from the market. Because retail traders, people that don't have experience in trading, I can guarantee you guys now, they went crazy. They went ballistic over here. And now they're sweating. Now they're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What's going to happen? Okay. Right. Maybe they went in 50x the entire portfolio, 20x the entire, 100x the entire portfolio. Now they're deep underwater because they FOMO'd into the trade as price was pumping. It looks, you know what happens, legends. You know what happens, the emotion, the euphoria. Ooh, bull market is back, baby. Bam. Oh, shit. Right. It never, you know, anyways, legends, not looking good, not looking good. Okay, right. Let's smash that like button, Mr. Junior. You're quite right. How many likes do we have? Let me go on to my, where's my YouTube page over here? 241 people watching, 104 likes. I know that we can do a little bit more bullish with that like button. Okay, just all you need to do is tap the button. I saw someone post on Andy's live stream, but what if we don't hands? Then you use your feet. Okay, I did post that. Then you use your feet. Right, Andy is no bear. Is it me or is the sound intermittent? The sound here on my side is good. Okay, let me just double check. Sound here on my side is good. Let me check my sound settings here. Sound is maxed out here on my side. Okay, a little bit, just below 100% because I don't want the mic to clip. But I don't know, everything's good here on my side. Let me know, legends. Is everyone experiencing sound issues? Is my mic all good? Can you hear me? Am I talking properly? Maybe I just need to put this thing a little bit higher so that I know the popping sound can usually impact the sound negatively. This is why I have this thing, okay, so that it doesn't sound like, you know, you don't get that popping sound, and that could impact the sound quality. Let me just put this back. Right, so sound here on my side looks perfect. Is it me or is the sound intermittent? I don't. Andy is no bear. Really cool, cool name, because I know a lot of people call Andy a perma bear, right? But I mean Andy longs all the time, so I'm not sure why people say Andy is always bearish. Sound is good for me. Can BTC pump till 400,000 exactly from here? No. I think there's too much that needs to happen. From here to 400,000, the fact that we are coming down and trading below the trend, I would say, okay, well, it depends on what you mean here. Can we pump until $400,000 from here? I don't know, maybe from here. But then I don't know if we're going to hit $400,000. Okay, we trade level to level. That's how you trade as a day trader, okay? From a spot bag perspective, yes, it would be absolutely amazing if we hit $400,000. Who knows? Who knows what the target is? Yesterday, okay, let me show that again. 𝗬cie𝗂𝗿 is actually still bullish, okay, even with Bitcoin taking the dump here to the downside. What is AR doing? I want to see what AR is doing. Oh, AR is retesting the trend. Was this just a massive fake out? Okay. Am I going to have to do this again? Okay. First it was yeah. Then it was yeah. Okay. Now it's yeah. Okay. Are we going to get a fake out? Right. Let's go and have a look at CVD here quick. I just want to do this, put it on the where it's supposed to be. I want to look at CVD on the 30-minute time frame. I just want to look at from a larger time frame perspective. Where are we? Okay. Right. There we go. There we go. Wow. Okay. Against this pivot, can you guys see this? Against that pivot and where price is at the moment, look at the aggressive bullish CVD. But okay, I'm not actually interested in that structure now. I want to look at this pivot over here. It has fallen, bullish CVD, it played out, it took the high, okay? And then for the first time we formed bullish CVD, we did not take out the high. So that one is still valid. That one is still valid. And we are still forming aggressive bullish CVD. But this is what I like, legends, so that even if we fall here to the downside, because of the massive bullish CVD building up over here, that has a chance to successfully find support in the zone without claiming the low, and then you get the bounce to the upside. So we have to, you know, take into account that this bearish case scenario where we claim the low here definitely has a chance of playing out. But looking at the structure for now, it does still seem that there's a higher chance of taking out the high before we take out the low. It has a higher chance of taking out the high based on the structure that I see over here, based on CVD, and basically based on data. Based on data, there's a higher chance to take out the high before we take out the low, even if we fall down here. Okay. Right, but now even with this local structure that we're forming, let's go on to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, even this little local structure, look at this. Okay, against this pivot, look at this, that pivot. Okay, look at that, bullish, bullish, bullish. Okay, and one could argue that there was bullish CVD against these two pivots. The target was the high, so it already played out. This bullish CVD already played out. We also had bullish CVD against that pivot and that pivot. This is where I didn't want to long. Okay, that was the bullish CVD that I spotted. Look at this. It was, and I pointed this out to the Legends Pro community. I said, guys, look at this. Insane bullish CVD. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Insane bullish CVD. Absolutely insane. Okay. The target is the high. We took it and we went higher. Broke out from the trend and we rejected by the 1.618. Okay. But there's still bullish CVD forming even if we take this low. I'm going to be paying attention. I just don't like that we are now trading below the trend over here. Don't like it. Really don't like it. Oh, right, legends. You know, people get bullish very quickly, and then the wind gets knocked out of your sails. Right? It looked great when we broke out here. It looked like it wanted to hold and continue, and now we are in a very dangerous place over here. Okay. Also on the 15-minute time frame, you know, you have more red volume, in my case purple volume, than green volume. So it signifies more selling pressure than buying pressure at the moment. Let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I mean, look at the 1 hour time frame. You have way more selling pressure kicking in here at the moment, right? But I mean, I just want to look at that structure again on the 15-minute and say, well, okay, for the bulls, let's see. For the bulls, okay, you tapping the 1.618, the maximum target. Okay, if this is a 1-2 and this is forming a 1-2, the maximum target that you would like to see tapped is the 786. Okay, but you know, then you're closing multiple candles below the trend. It's a bearish sign. Okay, so it needs to dip in and get out. It needs to start trading above this level. It's effing around over here below the level. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Okay, so I'm still going to keep some of my short open here. Right, legends, let's go through some comments. Also something that I wanted to show. Let me open that up before I forget. And remember, guys, and if you'd like to come and trade with me, link down in the description. This is it. Maybe not so. Okay, weeks, 20,000 sign-up bonus, 50% discount on your fees, and in actual fact, 0% on your maker fees. All you need is an email and a password. It's also your way to support the channel and enable me to continue to bring you the alpha. Okay. And Bluffin as well. The more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. So if you're not trading with Weeks and Bluffin, go and give them a try and see how they work for you. Okay. I'm also planning some giveaways, and part of the giveaway process, and just to prepare everyone, part of the giveaway process will be that you need to be signed up with one of these two exchanges. And if you're signed up with one of these two exchanges and I give you a giveaway and I can confirm that you are signed up, you will get money from me into your account. Okay, so I am planning that and it will come soon. Right, you look after me, I look after you. Okay, cool, legends. Let's go through some comments. Dewald, you are the best. Victor, thank you so much. I am, what a weird username. Dewald, why do you use the BTC USDT pair on the Binance chart? The price action differs from other exchanges. It's always just been a very good pair for me to analyze. I've had many successful trades, and also it is still currently the pair that has the highest trading volume in the world. So the reason I use the Bitcoin USDT pair over here is because it has the most amount of volume. And when a chart has a lot of volume going through it, the technical analysis on that chart is mature and it makes more sense for me specifically. Okay, so I've had a lot of success doing analysis on the BTC Binance chart. I have tried Bybit, I have tried other ones as well, and I just kept on coming back to Binance. The levels just gets more respected, like it more. I know Andy likes to use Bybit USDC, and also has a significant amount of volume. And right, it's just about choosing a chart and sticking. I just can't do technical analysis on multiple charts. It's too much work. Okay, it really is too much work. So I just stick here, and it's purely from a volume perspective. The more volume gets traded through a pair, the more accurate the analysis becomes. You want volume, because I can guarantee you guys, okay, if you are, for example, charting the BTC MEXI chart, okay, you are going to struggle. Doesn't respect levels. Point of controls are different levels. The daily levels are slightly at different levels. Volume is low. Okay, so the chart does not look as sexy as, for example, the Binance one over here that has the highest amount of volume in the world. There's more people trading on Binance than on any other exchange still currently in the world. That is why I use this one. So it basically, it's from a maturity perspective. It's as simple as that for me. Okay, please, sir, can you analyze Layer AI? We can go and have a look at that. Dewald, share with your live viewer celebration with a giveaway. Yes, I will do the giveaways, not today. Okay, I'm not prepared for the giveaways today, but I will do it very, very soon. And I think I'm going to do it frequently as well. Okay, lost 20% by stop outs in 2 weeks, always hit it by cents and turned back, frustrating as hell. Yes, I mean, you know, it is really frustrating when you enter a trade. I mean, it's happened to me many times as well. Okay, you have, okay, I can just imagine you have a stop loss. Maybe you have a stop loss over here, price does this and it shoots out, stops you out, and then it continues. And that is why I like swing failure patterns. Love it. Because I can just imagine how many people have stop losses here. Okay, and because I know that people put their stop losses below the lowest point of the structure, if this had to happen, okay, I will be longing over there and putting my stop loss over there, because now you've already stopped all of them out, and now price continues in that direction. So that is swing failure patterns in a nutshell, is that you are playing the liquidity grabs where people get stopped out and price moves in that direction in any event. This is why this low was so damn frustrating, because I love swing failure patterns. Okay, I wanted it to claim the low and get back up. Missed it by cents, by dollars. Right here it played out, but I was sleeping. Then again, I wanted it to grab this high. I was waiting for price to do this. Stop everyone out. I would have put my stop loss and rode the momentum here to the downside, and it front run the level. It's just been a magnitude of front running here at the moment. Okay. And yeah, I mean, it basically claimed the liquidity. That price action over there now claimed the liquidity, and now, okay, I have explained the situation, or the situations and the scenarios that I'm currently keeping an eye on. Right, let's go. iPhone giveaway, please. I think it's easier for me to give USDT or USDC away than a product. Specifically from a courier or a sending perspective, you know, that can become challenging, and some of the delivery services here in South Africa is not great. So I think it's always easier to do a monetary giveaway than a product giveaway. So please do your giveaway on live stream. Right. Wow. I start learning many tricks from you, Dewald. Spaceland. Absolute pleasure, man. Let's go, Dewald. Smash up that like button. Legends, remember to smash up that like button. Let's do some altcoins. Let's do some altcoins. But before we dive into the altcoins, I quickly wanted to show everyone this. I did speak about this yesterday, so I'm not going to talk about it too much or too long today. Let's go on to the weekly time frame. Is it not loading up? Let's try this. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay. The reason, okay, if I switch on a very simple indicator, and if you have even the minimum subscription with TradingView, you will have access to this indicator. I don't think that it's available on the free section, but right, okay, here's the Pi cycle top indicator. So far, since the initiation of Bitcoin, every time it has successfully predicted the top of Bitcoin. Every time so far. Top, fall, top, fall, top. Okay, we made a double top over here, but it was pretty spot on, and we went into that bear market, that vicious bear market where FTX collapsed, and you know, the rest is history. The one thing that I did point out yesterday is to say that during every bull cycle that we've had, so, and I'm specifically answering that question for the person that said, can we go to $400,000? My answer is, I don't know. But if I look at data, and if history, okay, is going to rhyme, not repeat itself, but going to rhyme during every single bull cycle, if you look at the moving averages, the green line and the red line over here, okay, during every single bull cycle, a stage has happened where it broke out of the green line and it traded above the moving averages, and then you reach the top. And then you go into a bear market. And then again, you broke out, you made another top, and it printed. Every single bull market played out like that, where you're trading between the lines, and at some point you break out and you form the euphoric blow off top. Okay, that euphoric, you know, that phase that crypto goes into where people think they are all geniuses, where people sell NFTs for stupid amounts of money. I haven't seen that euphoric phase in crypto just as yet. And you can see, yeah, again, it happened, broke out above the two moving averages. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Okay, we have not broken out just as yet. Price still needs to break out of this green line over here, and you can see as I'm dragging my mouse down up, we're already at $226,000. So what if it grinds up here, and then maybe that Pi cycle top thingy prints over here, and then we go back into a bear market. So we haven't done that move yet where we break out of the moving averages into the euphoric phase on Bitcoin. So can we hit $400,000? I don't know. Is it a possibility? Yes. Purely just, you know, just looking at this indicator, it would be very strange for price just to fall down here, because then for the first time in history, this cycle top or the cycles from a 4-year halving perspective has failed us. It has not played out. Okay, so now it is really different. Okay, but I just remember every single time when we had a bull market. Okay, this time, guys, this time it's gonna be different. It wasn't different. This time it's gonna be different. It wasn't different. Now this time it's gonna be different. Guess what? Wasn't different. I even remember during the bear market. This time the bear market's gonna be different. Wasn't different. Now the question is, okay, is this time going to be different? I hate it when people say this time is going to be different. Based on what? Okay, invalidate the model, and then we can say, okay, fuck, okay, it was different. Now we can throw the indicator out the window. The 4-year cycles has been invalidated. This time is definitely not, is definitely different, and then we can start talking about it. But here on the higher, let me go here onto the daily time frame. Okay, if I look at this structure over here that we have formed, okay, this little impulse here to the upside, this little impulse here to the upside, there's a lot that needs to happen over here before we can think of a bear market. Okay, I just want to put my phone here on silent as Mr. Andy is messaging me. Right, great info, yes. So, legends, if let's just keep the technical analysis very simple over here. If you take a fib from this low that we've made at $49,000, 449, to the highs that we've made, for everyone calling for a bear market, okay, there's a lot that needs to happen over here before we can call for a bear market, even if we come to $58,000. It is still bullish, because why? You might be asking, why is that still bullish if we come to $58,000, Dewald? Because you are still making higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. The market structure is still going in the upside. The trend is your friend until the very end. And the only time that I will start mentioning and talking about a bear market is when we take this low at $49,000. Once we take this low, then we can talk about a bear market, because then you are changing market structure. I want proof of weakness, and that is my proof of weakness. Price needs to take the low, and guess what? For the first time since November 2022, you have made a lower low. Then you're most probably going up and you're going to make a lower high. And then you are continuing. So now you are changing market structure, but you have to take that low in order to change market structure. So people on YouTube, influencers, I'm not sure who you guys are following all on YouTube. If people are saying we're going into a bear market, they are smoking their socks. Okay, I want to see why. Where is their conviction? And they need to technically, from a data perspective, show me why. Okay, because maybe they know nothing about trading. Maybe they don't know how to read market structure, basic one-on-one technical analysis. I mean, these are some of the first things that they teach you in a crypto course, is that when you have a low and you make a higher high and you form higher lows, you most probably going in that direction. The trend is your friend until the very end, and you are still making higher highs. It's still in your best interest to look for longs. Why are people talking about bear markets over here? I don't understand it. We've made a higher high. I don't understand why people are talking about a bear market. Can we get a dump? Yes. But this low needs to be broken before we can talk about a bear market. Because, legends, and this is a strategy that you can apply on any time frame. 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 15 minute, weekly, daily. So imagine that this is a 1 minute time frame, and this started playing out from yesterday, and this is today. Okay, so this happened in 1 day, basically. Okay, this is a 1 minute time frame. As long as the structure is to the upside, it's better to look for longs. On the 1 minute time frame, price comes back down and it takes the low. Guess what? Once you take that low, I'm going to be looking for shorts, because now I know, because now you have a lower low. Okay, you're most probably going to come back up and make a lower high. It's because you're changing market structure, and there will be a trend that's going to form. Okay, you're going to have a trend that forms. Okay, you're going to have a trend there by the lower high. Okay, right. I'm frustrating myself because I keep on deleting my stuff. Okay, so if price falls down, you have to now imagine that this is the 1 minute time frame. Price comes back down, and like, oh crap, now we're changing market structure. Okay, I should be looking for shorts. Price does this, and I'm like, okay, there's my trend. Okay, and I will be waiting, only I will be waiting to play along back to the upside once we break this trend and take that high. Okay, because you could continue making lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower low, and now you are inside of a bear market. So legends, I just needed to point that out, okay? Because I mean, it really frustrates me when people are saying that we are in a bear market. I don't get it. From a technical perspective, I don't get it. Right, let me know if you think I'm crazy. Dewald, look at BTC on the 1 minute chart from a timing perspective. BTC on the 1 minute time frame. I'm not sure from which pivot to which pivot you would like me to look at. Okay, because I am here on the 1 minute time frame. From a timing perspective, I'm not sure, okay? So how high think the top will be? 134K, 2 times 70K, BTC last high, thoughts, smoking. It's, you know, I think the better question to ask is not how high Bitcoin is going to go. The better question to ask is when the bull market is going to come to an end. Okay, that's a better question to ask, because from a timing perspective, there's a sense of we know more or less when it's going to end. Okay. If I go back here onto the weekly, I'm not sure if everyone has seen this, because I keep on getting this question so many times, and I keep on showing this chart so many times. Okay. So you have the 4-year cycles. Everyone is familiar with the 4-year cycles. Okay, every 4 years we have a halving. Okay, where the minting or the blocks being mined on Bitcoin becomes twice as difficult. So if you are able to mine 2 Bitcoin per day this year, and then when the next halving in 4 years takes place, you'll only be able to get 1 Bitcoin. Therefore, price needs to go up in order to make it profitable for me as a miner. Right, that's basically how it works. Then the halving. There's the halvings that took place up until now, and this is where I'm expecting the next halving. More or less 2028 February, I think, more or less, because it does change depending on how the blocks gets mined, but more or less based on the 4-year cycle, this is where we'll get the next halving. Okay? Then inside the bull markets and bear markets, okay, you have a bull market that lasts more or less 3 years. Not exact, but more or less 3 years. 1.5 years before the halving and 1.5 years after the halving. And so far, it has played out to perfection every single time, when every single time everyone said this time is going to be different. 3 years, 3 years, 3 years. And then typically you have an 11 to 13 month bear market. Bear market, bear market. And now you can see where Bitcoin is. It's not at the place where potentially the bull market is going to come to an end based on data. Okay. So the question for me is not how high can Bitcoin go. The question for me is when the bull market is going to come to an end, because we have data proving that every time it played out the way that it was meant to play out. And every time everyone said this time is going to be different. I do know that there is going to be a time in the future, maybe this time or maybe in the next 4-year cycle, I know that there's going to be a time where it really is going to be different, and it's going to break the model. Okay, because no model is perfect. But until the model is broken, it's still on track. Hasn't been invalidated. We haven't taken $49,000. And for me, the better question to ask is not how high the price can go, but up until when the bull market can last. Okay, I think that's a better question. Right. Subscribing is like setting a stop loss. It's just the smart thing to do. Yes, Mr. Tuna, you're absolutely right. So hit up that like button. And right, legends, Mr. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽 channel holding strong above 1.618 Fibonacci at 5.05k subs. love it, love it, love it, love it. And for those of you that did watch the beginning of the stream, if you haven't seen the beginning of the stream where I blew out the, well, not blew out the candles, but I had the sparkler with the Wagyu steak and the 5,000 candles. Okay, I can't wait to go and put that steak on a juicy fire. right? I'm going to put it on not a barbecue. Legends, if you braai, okay, here in South Africa, we call it braai. If you cook a steak, a Wagyu steak on gas, like, the gods are frowning upon you, right? It's a sin. You're not supposed to do that. You have to braai it on charcoal. You have to light that fire. You have to smell the smoke, okay? You have to wait for the coals to be nice and red. And then you put that Wagyu up, you know, and it still needs to be medium rare. If you eat your steak dead, well done. You should not be eating meat. You should stay a vegetarian or a vegan, okay? Stay away from meat. Leave it for the people that appreciate it. Right, legends, let's do some altcoins here at the moment. Someone asked for Layer AI. Let's go and look at some altcoins for the legends on demand. Layer. I think I spelled that wrong. I still have my spot bag. Ah, it took such a knock. Okay, let's go and focus here on the rare, medium, rare only. I mean, you know, the one thing that my wife likes to do is that if we have good quality steak, okay, she will dip it in soy sauce and eat it raw. Okay, but it has to be good quality, and you know, you need to know your butcher. You know, you don't want to buy from a dodgy place where you eat raw meat and you get sick, right? It needs to be from a reputable person. So some quality Wagyu steak in some soy sauce is better than sashimi, salmon. Right, okay, just looking at Layer AI over here. Oh, bear market lows has been tapped over here. Okay, so from a simplicity perspective, okay, wait for the break of the trend. And I feel like a robot for saying this because I always hammer on wait for the break of the trend. So there's your trend, okay, on Layer AI. There's your trend. Wait for the breakout and be patient. Don't go and set your alarm, and when your alarm goes off, you FOMO into the trade because it said ping. Okay, don't be that person. You can be very patient with these trades, okay? Wait for Layer AI to break the trend and start closing some daily and even a weekly candle outside of the trend. That is a nice bullish sign, okay? Then you know where to put your stop loss, and then it could potentially be game on, and then it's going to come to the next trend. So that's the easiest way to get into this trade. You can see I've got a couple of trends. I'm tracking this steep momentum here to the downside. I'm tracking this momentum here to the downside. So I am planning, I want to catch the breakout here before this breakout, so that I don't have to stress about getting into this breakout. Because if you can catch the breakout over here and you are patient, you wait for daily candles to close outside of the trend, okay? You have to be patient. You have to sit on your hands. You have to monitor the price action, okay? You want momentum to start shifting, and especially if it starts trading above these lows. Okay, that's basically the bottom of this box. So what I will be paying attention to on Layer AI is that if I see the following, it breaks the trend and it starts trading here in the box, which means it's trading above the lows. That is a big bullish sign. Okay, that is where I will potentially be paying attention. Okay, because if you can nail an entry, on average entry on a 2x position or a spot position, preferably over here, once it comes to this trend, you don't care. You just sit on your hands and enjoy the price action here to the upside. Okay, unfortunately, this little high over here is still very far away. So ideally, what I like to see is that, you know, and this is why I also like to take an attempt over here, because only once Layer AI breaks this high am I going to say, now it is almost guaranteed, okay, that you are going to rock and roll to the upside. Because guess what? Now you have a higher high. Okay, now you have a higher high. That is interesting. And I mean, it is very far away. Okay, this is why I will attempt something over here, because I mean, that high is 400 50% away. But it is this retracement that is very, very interesting. And usually what it does, that retracement forms a trend, and you can play that breakout. So, you know, there's many ways to trade this. This is better risk management, trying to catch the long year. You have the risk of being stopped out because you haven't changed market structure. So each strategy has pros and cons. Okay, some traders will wait for this and they will play this. They will start adding over here because now you've broken market structure. You have a higher high, you're going to form a higher low and continue. Higher high, higher low. Now you continue like what happened here. Okay, you can see how aggressive it gets here to the upside. So that is basically what I see here on Layer AI. Okay, I mean, it's taken the lows, right? I never expected Layer, you know, I wanted it to consolidate in this zone, the train station, as I referred to it in my previous live streams. And it just took the lows. Okay, I think I had a swing position open on Layer AI, and I got stopped out. Okay, but I mean, I want price to start trading above these lows. Okay, and it needs to break the trend, and it needs to close high time frame candles outside of that trend, not 15-minute 1 hour candles. It needs to close daily candles, preferably even weekly candles outside of the trend, and it needs to trade above these lows. That is a bullish sign. Okay, yeah, ain't no way, no ways I am adding any more to my spot bags or doing anything over there. No ways in hell. Okay, it's trading below the low, and as long as you're trading below the low, I'm not interested. So I still have my spot bag, but I'm not adding. Okay, I'm not adding in any way. Weeks, Junior, you're quite right. Weeks, Layer AI can be traded on weeks where you have 50% discount on your fees only by using the link down in the description, legends. And if you go and work it out, in order to get 50% discount on your trading fees on weeks, you have to spend over $9,000 to go and buy WXT tokens to qualify for this discount. And because you are here watching this live stream, I have organized you the best deal. Right, you get also up to 20k sign-up bonus, and all you need is an email and a password to start leverage trading. Okay, right, so quite correct, Mr. Junior. Cumulative volume delta. Cumulative volume delta. Are you speaking to me, Mr. Cumulative? Or you answering someone else's question? eCVD provide details what people are doing. CVD, cumulative volume delta, as per Zenergy over here, energy, Mr. Energy over here. What it basically shows you what retail is doing and what market makers are doing. Okay, so the basics. Okay, I'm just going to take you through the basics of CVD. When you have higher lows on price action and you have lower lows, okay, on CVD, okay, that is bullish, because the CVD is showing you that smart money, whales, market makers, whatever you want to call them, okay, is absorbing the shorts from retail. So retail, the dumb money, is trying to short. They have been trying to short this entire range. Short, 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 short. Everyone is just interested in short, 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 shorts. Most people believing that we are going down to $80,000. What CVD is showing me, no. Retail might want to go to $80,000, but we ain't done yet. We want to go up. And they are absorbing the shorts from retail with larger limit orders. And then the opposite happens as well. When you have, I don't know if we have a proper example. Let me see if we do have. It's not easy to spot bearish CVD in a bull market. Okay, but I know that there were some examples. But basically, okay, let me draw it out. If you have lower lows on price action, but you have CVD that does the opposite. It makes higher highs. Okay, it makes higher highs. lower lows. It does the opposite. It's the best way to explain it. You have lower highs on price action, higher highs on CVD. That is market makers, smart money, whales saying, no, we want price to go down. Retail, I know that you want to long. I know that you want to claim the high, but we want the price to go down. They are absorbing the longs in preparation to send it down. That is the power of CVD. The power of CVD shows you what smart money is doing and what retail is trying to do. And sometimes the market makers will give retail a little bit of what they want to see to give them hopium, and then they liquidate them. Okay, and that's basically what happens in ranges. Okay, it's the beauty about ranges. If I go here onto the 15-minute time frame and I look at this structure over here, okay, often what happens is when a price ranges, there's massive liquidity building up on top and there's massive liquidity building up at the bottom as it's ranging, because retail doesn't know which way it's going to go. Okay, so the people that are shorting put their stop losses here. The people that are longing put their stop losses over here. And now what the market makers did is it grabbed this liquidity. Okay, there, it grabbed the liquidity. It stopped out all the longs. And now what they did is they also stopped out all the shorts. Okay, so often what market makers will do is that they will range the price to build up liquidity on both sides and then wipe them out. And the CVD shows you in which primary direction the market makers wants to go. Okay, and that's why I'm saying based on CVD, it looks like the high will be claimed before the low, because market makers are absorbing the shorts still very aggressively. So it's a very, very powerful indicator. Okay, and it's one of the very, very few indicators that is a real-time indicator as price is developing. And I like to spend my time here on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, because that's where the magic happens. Lower time frame CVD, like on the 5-minute and 3-minute, always takes priority over larger time frame CVD. You might see bullish CVD on the 4-hour time frame. But if the 5-minute, if there is bearish CVD building up against these pivots, okay, and the target is the low, the 5-minute CVD always takes priority. So it will go and claim the low. And then maybe it makes another high, more bearish CVD. It will claim the low. And it makes another lower high, more bearish CVD. It will continue to claim the low as long as there's local bearish CVD. Okay. So local CVD always takes preference over larger CVD. And I do see that some people fall into the trap of they go and look at the 4-hour time frame, they see bullish CVD and they open up a swing position. And then the low gets taken because locally there was just bearish, 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 and until you take the low at some point. And then the people are like, but there was bullish CVD on the 4-hour time frame. But then when you zoom into the 5-minute time frames, there was just bearish CVD against every single pivot, forcing the price to go to the downside. Okay. It's, yeah, I mean, it needs some experience. It does need some training. I do have a tutorial inside of our Legends Pro community. And maybe later on, I will make it available to everyone on YouTube as well. Okay. What time frames is the best used on CVD? Okay, I think I've answered that question. 3-minute, 5-minute time frame is the best for me. Okay, I like to jump from a structural perspective because now we have a structure over here. On the 15 minutes is the lowest time frame that I prefer to look at. Okay, now I can identify we have a structure over here. Okay, we have a structure. We have a low, we have a high, we have a nice little impulse. We have like a choppiness, whatever you want to call it. So on the 15-minute, I will go and take a look at this structure from a CVD perspective. Then I will, in the 3-minute, 5-minute, go spend some time over here to see that, well, do we have bullish CVD against those two pivots? Do we have bearish CVD against those two pivots? So I will go look at different time frames and go and see where we are. Okay. And then Yeah, but the more accurate from a price movement perspective, okay, is inside the 5-minute to 3-minute CVD. Because even though there's bullish CVD building up against these two pivots, you need the local CVD on the 5-minute time frame to confirm that this momentum can continue to the upside, to go and let the CVD target play out. So it's not just as easy as, oh, bullish CVD, let's long. It's not as easy as that. Okay, it is a very powerful indicator, but like with all things in life, if you want to learn to play the guitar, if you want to learn to play the piano, you need to practice. You need to put in the time. You need to go and back test it. You need to keep an eye on it. You need to trade it. You need to make it part of your trading strategy. You need to look at the probabilities. Okay, there's no magic pill in trading. Unfortunately, whichever indicator you use, RSI, MACDs, moving averages, whatever you use as part of your trading strategy, you have to go and give it the love that it deserves. Hey Dewald, how can I get CVD tool? Well, the CVD tool you can get from, let me see if I do have this open. Oh, it's over here. Let me do this. Okay, I have alarms going off. It's most probably breaking to the downside. So let me show you here. Okay, Legends, our Legends Pro community. Right, we have a free section, a basic section, Legends basic section, which is for free. And how you sign up to that section is I have Legends community. Click on this link, excuse me, and then you can go and sign up to either the free, the basic that I've just shown you, or the paid pro community. I am more than willing, and the mods will definitely help you out inside of our Legends Pro, inside of our community, where the mods will help you out. You can post a question here in the basic chat, okay, in the basic chat, and you can say, hey guys, you know, would you mind sharing the CVD template with me? And someone will sort you out, right? We have a very extremely helpful, like-minded community. I don't mind sharing the template and the website where you can do it, right? I just can't share the documents and stuff in YouTube. That's why you have to go to the Discord, because there we can share documents, right? So you don't even have to pay for the subscription. But if you do pay, you just get so much more. You get daily technical analysis from myself and Andy, and we also have dedicated coaches providing trading setups with loads of I mean, look at Mr. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗫 over here, just nailing every single trade. Guys, this is a trade. There's a trade, right? Just nailing the trades with over a 60% win rate. And that is incredible from a trading career perspective. If you have taken every single trade that 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗫 has highlighted over here, you will be a profitable trader. We've got Game Boy Advanced here as well. He loves altcoins. They did some trades here on the Trump coin, and you guys can just see it's just jam-packed full of trading setups. And then I have a section over here where I provide daily technical analysis. Some of the sessions I record, I drop some screenshots, whatever the case might be. Andy has a section in here where he provides his technical analysis, the trading setups that he is looking at. I mean, look at that trade that Andy highlighted where we didn't claim the high. I mean, he caught the trade there to the downside, and he highlighted in the community while he was taking the trade. Okay, so you just get so much more when you pay for the subscription. But I mean, if you want to be in the free section, there's also a lot of alpha research that gets dropped there, and some of these trading setups also get shared inside of the basic section as well. Okay, so you still get value by joining the Discord, whether you're in the free section or in the paid section. Don't be broke. Don't be broke. Join the Legends. You know, I've received messages from some of the pro members telling me that Dewald, $97 or $87 might sound expensive, but based on the education and the trading setups that we provide, I'm willing to trade that every month, and it just pays for itself. Okay, so it's basically for free. If you are, you know, if you are practicing good risk management, if you are protecting your position, if you're not being a cowboy and you're following the rules, okay, and And I think a very interesting exercise that we are doing as a team, I can tell you guys now, a very interesting exercise that we are doing is that every single trading setup that has ever been provided by myself, Andy, 𝗖𝗍𝗫, and the coaches inside of the Legends Pro community, we are going to show you the win rate. We are going to show you the losing rate. We are going to show you that if you followed the rules by never entering with more or 2% of your capital, you have protected positions when we said you needed to protect positions, and you have taken profits where we told you to take profits. We are going to share it here on YouTube and show everyone, well, our community, based on our trading setups and our analysis, this is the win rate. And if you are losing money, we don't know why you're losing money, because, you know, you're not supposed to be losing money, okay? Maybe you're being a little bit more of a cowboy over there, right? So we are busy with an exercise to put that all together, because, you know, I'm just tired of people saying that it's a losing community. You know, people go 100x on positions, they burn their accounts, they liquidate their accounts, and then they blame us. And, you know, we are going through an exercise where we're putting all the stats together to show that, well, if you followed every single trade, this is the win rate. The fact that you lost money is because you went too heavy on a position. Right. I'm not saying you guys, I'm just saying people in general that throw stones, okay, won't be able to throw stones anymore. Because I know that we have an amazing community and we practice good risk management and we have a high win rate. And we are about to prove it. Hi, Dewald, can you take a quick look on 𝗖𝗿 waiting 2 lives for this coin? 𝗖𝗿, let's go and have a look at 𝗖𝗿. Guys, I need to go and buy my steak, man. I need to go and buy my steak. Let's look at 𝗖𝗿 over here. I'm getting hungry. I want to go buy my steak. Okay. I mean, at least we got the swing failure, right? I was looking at 𝗖𝗿 the other day, and let's just take this out the way. So what I do like about 𝗖𝗿 is that we have claimed the low. And guess what? We are trading above. So this could be considered a successful swing failure, right? Where basically, like I've explained, everyone that played this long here to the upside, where did they put their stop loss? Yeah. Okay. And if they did not take profits thinking that it was going to go higher, okay, now they all got stopped out. They're out. Okay, shit, we didn't take profits. And now we are out the trades with nothing. Okay, so nice little liquidity hunt over there. But I'm going to say the exact same thing that I said with Layer AI. Wait for the break of the trend. Okay, there's your trend. I'm keeping the analysis simple. I don't have time to go through Elliott wave theory now. It just takes way too much brain power. There is your trend. Wait for the break of the trend. As long as price is trading above this high, or this low, sorry, and it chops, and eventually it breaks the trend and it starts closing high time frame candles outside of the trend, that is where I will be paying attention. Okay, just keeping it simple over here. Legends, literally just keeping it simple. Look at what happened over here. Let's see. Okay, look at that. Once you broke trend, that is where the magic happened. There was your low, there was your stop loss. You have multiple candle closes outside. This looked scary. I mean, if you FOMO'd into the trade over there and then it took a dump here to the downside, and then it started finding strength here to the upside. If you had your stop loss where you're supposed to have your stop loss, then you would have made gains all the way to the upside. But I'm waiting for that outside of the trend to happen over here. So just keeping it simple. So far, price is trading above this low. So that's tick number 1. Tick number 2, break the trend. Tick number 3, start changing market structure. Okay, let's go and check out where's the high that needs to be broken. So first market structure, luckily it's not so far away for 𝗖𝗍. Okay, you have to claim that high. So it needs to chop, claim that high. okay, woo, then it's going to look good because now you're changing market structure. You have a higher high. You want to form a higher low, and then you want to rock and roll here to the upside. That is where I usually get aggressive. Yeah, I build. Okay, so if I had to build a position here, low leverage, low capital, not really too interested. Once we break and we do this, I become a little bit more interested. I add a little bit more aggressively. And then once we do that and come back down, that is where I get aggressive. And usually I get aggressive over here, especially if there's a beautiful trend forming. So if it does this, it pumps up and it starts correcting. It usually forms a nice little trend, and I get aggressive with that breakout because now you've changed market structure. Okay, so very, very simple technical analysis here on 𝗖𝗿. Right, I will go and do Elliott wave counts and things like that and present it maybe in the next live stream. But that is basically what I'm seeing, legends. Are we looking for another swing on BTC below 95,500? Another swing below? Okay, that's what I said. If you've missed the technical analysis on Bitcoin, I've basically highlighted all the scenarios. Longing opportunities and the short that I'm currently in here at the moment and why I took the short. Okay, there's a potential for 1-2-1-2 and we're going to rock and roll, and it has an invalidation at the 786. It doesn't look good because we're trading below the trend line at the moment, but the bull still has a chance until invalidated. Right, because this could also be an ABC and we are going to come and claim the low. So the trading setups below has been highlighted, and for the bulls, the level that needs to hold has also been highlighted. So go and check out the first 20 minutes or 15 minutes of the live stream. I've done all the technical analysis that you need here from a Bitcoin perspective. Right, legends, thank you so much for joining the live stream. I'm going to start my fire. I'm going to go cook my steak. Have yourselves an amazing weekend. And right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.